What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. Thanksgiving special. Week 12. It's the beginning of week 12 in the NFL. Thanksgiving special. I hope everybody's having a good start to their Thanksgiving week. It's Monday. I'm recording this video a little bit earlier today on Monday so I can get this video out on Tuesday for the Thursday games. We got 3 games on Thursday. Buffalo versus New Orleans. That's a night game. Detroit, Chicago. That's the early game, 11:30. And Dallas and Las Vegas, which is the 3:30 game. So it's not a bad slate for Thanksgiving. You can enjoy with the little turkey leg and some stuffing on this Thanksgiving. Again, I hope you all have a happy Thanksgiving this year. And yeah, just spread thanks to everybody. Like and subscribe to the channel. If you're not liked and subscribed to the channel, do it now. Take a second, pause this video, subscribe, like, and subscribe. That's all I'm going to say. Next week, I'm going to announce my giveaway, my Christmas special giveaway. The giveaway is going to be on Christmas. I don't know which day of the week the games are on Christmas. I know there's one game on Christmas Day, but that's going to be for the Sunday games. So stay in tune. Make sure you're liked and subscribed so you can get that info when I push it out next week, because it's going to be a good giveaway. I'm going to be pushing that out next week. All right, that's about it for announcements, man. Let's get to these picks. Last week, actually yesterday, which was on Sunday, the lineup that I put out for you guys on the video did not do good. However, if you read the comments in the video on Sunday, I edited my lineup and I put that in the description below because Amari Cooper was forced out due to COVID, so I had to change my entire lineup. So my original lineup did not do good, but my lineup that was in the comments did end up doing good. I had Cam Newton as my quarterback, 26 points. Marquez Valdes-Scantling did exactly what I projected him to do against the Minnesota Vikings. He had that long 75-yard touchdown, which put him over 100 yards, so he got that 3-point bonus in DraftKings, as well as Adam Thielen getting 9 receptions for 90 yards and a touchdown, Tyreek Hill getting 20 points, and yeah, that was enough. That was enough to get me into it. Obviously, we want to do better than that. Michael Carter was forced out of the game, so he only had 5 points, which isn't what you want to see. No, you can't predict injuries, though. It just comes with the territory, and it comes with the gambling of picking these guys. So overall, we did pretty good. We won some money, and we got our lineup. It was 100. My lineup was 140 points total. 140.2 points. So pretty good. I won some in some 50-50 contests. However, in the big showdown one, I did not win any. I was barely out of it. But we're going to try to correct that this week for the Thanksgiving special on these Thanksgiving games. So let's get right into it. Quarterback's going to be Josh Allen. Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills need a win so bad. They got destroyed by Indianapolis last week. Or no, that was yesterday, actually. They got destroyed yesterday. Jonathan Taylor ran all over them. 5 touchdowns, 4 rushing, and 1 receiving. So Josh Allen and his boys, man, they need a comeback because the AFC teams are right on their heels, and they definitely need that playoff spot, and they want that number 1 seed. So Josh Allen, I think, is going to have a good day this Thanksgiving against New Orleans. It's in New Orleans, so Josh Allen's going to be in a hostile environment, but I think he's going to get it done in a game that they really must win. Next up is our 2 running back slots. I went running back heavy again this week. I think these are the 2 best guys you can pick out of the 6 teams on Thanksgiving Day. It's going to be DeAndre Swift from the Detroit Lions, and it's going to be David Montgomery from the Chicago Bears. I did have Tony Pollard in there instead of David Montgomery before this, but I really thought about it, and I was like, Detroit defense, David Montgomery. It's just too big of a mismatch for the price that David Montgomery's at. It's $6,000 even, no more, no less. DeAndre Swift is at $7,300. So we're gonna take David Montgomery here versus the Detroit Lions' porous run defense, and DeAndre Swift, who, if you guys have him in normal fantasy, he's very consistent. He's a good running back, and he's honestly probably the best bang for your buck this week with Alvin Kamara being questionable, not necessarily 100% good to go. I don't really trust that. I don't like Josh Jacobs, and I don't like Ezekiel Elliott, really. So we're going to go with DeAndre Swift and David Montgomery here. DeAndre is valued at 19.2 projected points. Montgomery at 14 even, no more, no less. So that's who we're going to go with, that running back, man. Hopefully they can step up for me. With these games are different than the normal Sunday slates, because the Sunday slates are way more games than just 3 games. There's like 12 games, on a normal Sunday, so there's a lot more to choose from. When it comes down to these 3-game slates, you really got to pick the best guys, because if you don't, then the guys that do pick the correct players that go off are going to boost way ahead of you super fast, because there's a very limited amount of players to choose from. So we're going to go with DeAndre Swift and David Montgomery here at the running back position. Next up is our 3 wide receiver spots. I really like these wide receivers this week that I picked. There's a couple options here. You could have gone a couple different ways. You could have gone with Las Vegas receivers. They are pretty cheap. You could have taken the Las Vegas receivers somewhere in the 6,000 range, upper 5,000 range. But I went big here. I went with the Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs stack. Stephon Diggs valued at $7,900. You obviously all know him, very consistent, a very good fantasy football player. And this is a little bit of not necessarily a revenge game, but he's playing the New Orleans Saints, which made Stephon Diggs who Stephon Diggs is. The Minneapolis Miracle play in 2017 boosted Stephon Diggs' stock to dot levels, to Dogecoin levels. He went exponential in that game as far as how good this player is and what he's capable of doing. So we're going to take Stephon Diggs against the team that made him who he is, the New Orleans Saints in New Orleans. They're going to be booing him there, so he's going to have to put on his big boy shoes and put on a show for his Buffalo fans. Next up, we got Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup he had 10 targets actually yesterday on Sunday. A lot of it was due to injury. CeeDee Lamb was forced out of the game with a head injury, and Amari Cooper did not play due to COVID-19. So they haven't released, the Dallas Cowboys have not released the status of Amari Cooper yet. I don't think Amari Cooper is going to be available, though, because according to the rules, he has to be out at least 10 days. That gets into the vaccination status and stuff. So I really don't know the status of Amari Cooper yet. CeeDee Lamb, I don't think is going to play, though. He had a head injury. Validating him for a quick turnaround, a little 4-day turnaround, I don't think is very feasible here. So Michael Gallup's looking at that wide receiver 1 position for the Dallas Cowboys, which is a big spot to be in, especially on Thanksgiving, when they also, just like the Buffalo Bills, need a win. They had that big loss to Kansas City on Sunday, and they needed a quick turnaround, because just like the AFC, the NFC teams are coming for them, man. Fortunately for Dallas, though, they pretty much have the East locked down. The Eagles are coming their way. However, as far as winning the division goes, they don't have to worry about that. But those wildcard teams are coming up, and they want to get the best seed they can. So in a game that they need after a loss like yesterday, Michael Gallup's going to have to step up. If he gets that wide receiver 1 slot, he's going to have to step up and make plays for him. So we're going to take him on Thanksgiving Day for a quick turnaround time, and hopefully he gets a touchdown and a lot of points for us. My last wide receiver slot is going to be Tre'Quan Smith of the New Orleans Saints. The New Orleans Saints wide receiving core has been depleted this year. Michael Thomas has been out. Deontay Harris has been in and out. It looks like he's going to be available on Thursday. However, Tre'Quan Smith has been that guy that Trevor Siemian's been looking to this year, especially when they're like first down and goal, third down and goal, towards the end zone. He's really looking for him because Tre'Quan Smith is actually a big target. A lot of people don't know that. He's about 6'3", and he likes to catch the football. So we're going to go with him valued at $4,400. That's very cheap for a starting wide receiver, especially on Thanksgiving Day. So we're going to roll with him, and that completes our 3 wide receiver slots. Next up, tight end Dawson Knox of the Buffalo Bills. There are a couple of tight ends this week on this Thanksgiving that I liked, but only a few that I could actually fit into my lineup because I picked guys like Stephon Diggs, DeAndre Swift, Josh Allen. I went high on quarterback, high wide receiver, and I went really high on running back, so I could only pick a certain amount of guys here. Darren Waller his salary is $6,400 DraftKings dollars, so we could not pick him. Schultze, $5,300 for the Dallas Cowboys. Could not pick him. So we're going to go with Dawson Knox, who is a very capable tight end, as well as the Josh Allen, Dawson Knox stack, quarterback to tight end, valued at $4,400. Josh Allen's even said it himself in interviews. He really likes Dawson Knox, and I've liked what I've seen what Dawson Knox can do with the football in his hands, especially against New Orleans defense, who is a good defense. I just think hungry dog runs faster in this game, and the big dogs are really going to eat. So whether that's on the opposite side of the ball, New Orleans tight ends and Troutman, or it's Buffalo's tight ends and Dawson Knox. He's the number one tight end there in Buffalo. And we're going to go with that stack. So I have a triple stack this week. Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, and Dawson Knox. If all those players get points or touchdown, a lot of catches, a lot of receiving yards, we're going to be looking very good on our Thanksgiving slate, and especially when this nighttime game comes, because that's where a lot of my money is going to be made this week in the night game. I have 3 Buffalo players, and I have 1 Saints player. So that basically takes up half my lineup is that night game. So that's what we're going to be looking for in Dawson Knox. Hopefully a lot of points from him this week. Our flex spot, Cedric Wilson of the Dallas Cowboys. Cedric Wilson has shown to be the Swiss Army knife for the Dallas Cowboys. He's a good player, he's fast, and he can be put in a lot of different positions. And as of today, as of Monday, 3 days before Thanksgiving, he is looking to be the wide receiver 2 for that team due to the Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb injuries that occurred on Sunday and Saturday with Amari going out on the COVID list. So Cedric Wilson here valued at $3,500 for a wide receiver 2. Dirt cheap as it gets for a great amount of value in a flex spot. Going out on a limb here again, Dallas needs this win against Vegas, who Las Vegas started off hot, but they've been really struggling as of late. So I see Dallas putting on a show here. Thanksgiving Day, I see him putting up a lot of points. I see Cedric Wilson being part of the reason why they put up a lot of those points, because he's fast and he can be used in a lot of different ways. So that does it for our actual players. Lastly, we have our defense and special teams. Because the players I picked this week, I could not fit an expensive defense into my lineup. The Cowboys were way too much at $3,300. I only had $2,800 available for a defense, which leaves me with the Raiders and the Detroit Lions. So by process of elimination, I had to pick the Detroit Lions because I don't like the matchup in a must-win game for the Saints versus the Las Vegas Raiders. And the Vegas Raiders defense is just not very good, man. The Lions defense, don't get me wrong, isn't the best either. However, they're playing the Chicago Bears, who have proven to struggle getting the ball up and down the field on offense. With Justin Fields this week also projected to not play. He's questionable and he was forced out with an oblique. 4 days is a very, very fast turnaround time, especially for quarterbacks when they get injured on Sunday and then they have to play again on Thursday. So it's going to be all up to Andy Dalton here. I'm taking a risk on it, but I don't think the Chicago Bears are going to be able to get it done in Detroit. Detroit might win their first game on Thanksgiving. At home, man, you never know. Anything's possible. The NFL this year has proved that anything's possible, and I think the Detroit Lions defense and special teams are going to get it done this week against Chicago and get their first win, and it's going to be a lot because of their defense. That's my picks. Thanksgiving special. Turkey leg, Josh Allen, DeAndre Swift, David Montgomery, Stephon Diggs, Michael Gallup, Traquan Smith, Dawson Knox, Cedric Wilson, and the Detroit Lions defense special teams. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. Spend it with your family, your friends, eat some good food. I know I will be eating some good food and watching my guys, man. I love watching football on Thanksgiving. It's one of the best things that you can really do. That does it for me. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel because we'll be doing some giveaways here in the very near future. You won't want to miss out on that. I'm going to announce my first giveaway next week. So make sure you stick around, like and subscribe, and don't miss out on that opportunity. That's it for me, guys. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.